couldn't look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. Before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I hope everybody's feeling good from all the tricks and all the treats that you experienced last night. We're about to check these very hot topic buttons, so let's get it. Every time on October 31st here in Texas, it rains, man. It gets cold, so I got my little coat on right now. Got a little cup of Joe. Actually, it's Powerade. I ain't trying to front. But anyway, we're about to check these buttons, y'all, so warm up your fingers, take a little stretch, and let's go. Okay, so it all started when Cool Kid himself, y'all know the homie Cool Kid, representing America this year's EVO Top 8, sent me this story. It was like, yo, I'd really like you to cover this because it's a really good topic. It all started right here with this tweet from Body Count Fighting when they said, announcing Body Count Fighting 8, featuring a Street Fighter V regional East versus West showdown between Wednesday Night Fights, the Level Up series, and Next Level Battle Circuit, Team Spooky. And they go on to say that BCF 8 will be live on Saturday, November 3rd at 6 p.m. Cali time on Twitch. And then they post this flyer right here that actually shows what's going on and some of the players involved, and it looks actually pretty dope. And of course, that's when the rest of the FGC took notice, and it starts with the homie Cool Kid that says, why does it feel like there's only 2 regions that exist? There's so many other good players all across the country, but it's always the same regions for these exhibitions. Feels like if you're not from WNF or NLBC, then everywhere else is just out of luck in terms of opportunities. Cool Kid goes on to say, killers from Florida, Chicago, Atlanta, DR, and I'm sure many other places, but nope, just the same 2 areas. Come on now, let everybody get a chance to shine. BJ and Chain actually responds back to this saying, you complain about the lack of exposure, but don't acknowledge all of the work and sacrifice TOs to put in to build up WFN and NLBC to where it is now. Weren't you around the SF4 days? And the Cool Kid responds saying, I really wasn't really into none of this back then, so I don't know much of the lore back then. What does TO sacrifice have to do with my point? And what about the players who've been trying to make things happen but never really get opportunities cause they don't have the platform or position yet? What about them? And then BJ responds to that saying, you bring up how everything is only about WFN and NLBC but don't understand what the TO sacrifice has to do with your point? Understand that first, and then maybe we can continue our discussion. Damn. And then Cool Kid simply says, you know what? Enlighten me. And then from my understanding, BJ actually does not respond back to that. Other people, of course, weigh in. And then some people come to the conclusion saying, yo, basically, that's just the way it is. And if you don't like it, basically move out and either move to the East Coast or move to the West Coast. Then other people like Kaiser responded back to that saying, to be honest, he's not wrong though, talking about Cool Kid. The Midwest got talent too, but it's usually those 2 places that get high creds. You say move out or build it up, but those are both hard things to do based off life choices and decisions. It takes a while to build something up like both those did. Then the East Coast, Mr. Saban himself actually gets involved and he says, with that being said, I do try to help other regions when I can. I help at Net Battles today, for instance, with equipment and his local events, but I'm only one person. And the Cool responds, you right though, Saban, I just want everybody eating, grinding, and going for what they love. Not having the same ones get fed, but the rest get crumbs. That's how I feel. And then Saban responds, of course, I want everyone to eat too. Everyone out there, it's still a struggle. Just because we get attention doesn't mean the community drowning in cash either. FGC got a long way to go. And the Cool Kid actually responded back to that, pretty much saying he agreed and he'll believe we'll all get there together one day. Then Black Skills went up to the homie Black, noticed that he actually caught too much heat for this. He was like, yo, Redman, who's Cool Kid, literally asked to be enlightened about it genuinely and got attacked. What happened to conversation and education? And then the West Coast gets involved. Alex Vi, he kind of breaks it down right here. He says, you want your region to be noticed. Number 1, promote your crew daily, not just yourself. Number 2, win events outside your region. Number 3, call out players and back it up. Number 4, create compelling content. Number 5, less cheerleaders, more players. Number 6, look at DR community for inspiration. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good debate here. You have a good argument. I think ultimately everybody's on the same page trying to figure out what to do, how to promote their community and their region. But the question remains, how exactly do you do that? You see the West Coast, you see the East Coast. We all know, not just FGC, but you got to think about it like this. In terms of everything, rap, fashion, hip hop, movies, all this stuff, a lot of the things primarily happen on the West Coast or the East Coast. That's how it used to be anyway. I think a little more recently, like with social media, it's becoming a little easier for players or even artists to become more recognizable, like in the North or the South, just to kind of make names for themselves. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is the proper formula right here from Uncle Vaya? If so, please share this with everybody and let's get it cracking for all the regions. Or do you think there's another secret for success? And also, I know that these two regions have been building it up forever, so you got to give props out to the West and the East all day. But is there more? Is there like something else we could set up, like they were saying here, where we can do maybe like some cross promotion, or maybe like once a month or every other month they could like recognize another region? Or do you think, no, that's simply up to each region? They are responsible for their own success. With this one, I don't have all the answers, but I do see there's something here. I can feel it, and I know a lot of you can. Just by seeing this, I do see there is some kind of connection here to be made, and there's a way for each region to shine. And real quick, I actually wanted to give a very special shout out to Mr. Jeffrey Locke, if I'm pronouncing that right, who's actually a high school teacher in Newfoundland, Canada. Big shout out to you and all the kids over there. It looks like they are the Holy Spirit High School team, public school, that's actually a Smash team. I was actually really touched and impressed to see what you were doing with all the kids over there, and I was completely speechless and blown away when you said you yourself and the kids were fans of the show. So man, that completely touched me, man. I want you to know it's people like you that keep this show going, keep me motivated, and I'm super hyped to see that you guys are indeed the local fighting game community and you're sponsored by a school. So big shout out to you, Jeffrey, for all that you do, aka Jeff Fu, if I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know how you feel definitely in the comments below. And I wanted to let you guys know there will be a live button check tomorrow, meaning in the morning there's not going to be a button check, but 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's 7 if you're East Coast, that's 4 if you're West Coast, and that's a whole nother time zone if you're not in America. But at that time, I will be going live. So 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be doing a live button check, covering a new topic and answering any questions y'all have. So let's get it. See you guys tomorrow for the live button check, y'all. Peace. Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.